Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Coffee, where in today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at an interview that Ewan McGregor gave, where he gives us some new information about the Obi-Wan Kenobi series coming to Disney+. That's today here on Star Wars Coffee. The Kenobi series is, I think, the currently most anticipated thing that's going to be coming out Star Wars related. It was originally going to be an anthology film back when Disney was still plugging those in between each of the Skywalker Saga episodes, and after Solo and after the big budget errors and the directors that they had to let go and then bring in Ron Howard, they decided that maybe that's not the best way to go. And so they, at that point, ended up canceling a Boba Fett film that was currently in the works after the fantastic floor flop of the director who was going to do that. And then they also kind of put the Kenobi on the back burner, even though Ewan McGregor has been on to do that for at least 3 or 4 years at this point. And he just had to lie about it constantly. Well, he's finally able to give us some more information about it, as it was announced at D23 a couple of years ago that he is finally going to be reprising his role as Obi-Wan Kenobi. And what we now know is not a film, but is a Disney Plus series that's going to be 6 episodes, and each episode is, as far as we know, going to be about a length of a movie. It's going to be like at least an hour, hour and a half long per episode. It's going to be a 6-episode miniseries. So it's going to be taking place between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. And so we're going to be getting that time gap between what Obi-Wan was doing on Tatooine while Luke was growing up. So this is a time period that I think a lot of us want explored. And Ewan McGregor was recently doing an interview, and he was doing this interview with Ace Universe where he was able to talk about Kenobi as well as other things he's doing, and he talks about Kenobi for a few minutes. And I will let you guys listen to this, and then we'll kind of do a little bit of a breakdown of it. So let's take a look and listen into what Ewan McGregor can tell us about Kenobi.
The Untitled Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and it's really just such an amazing thing that folks remember. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, as well as Episode 2 and 3 came out. It was really at the forefront of some really cool cinematic advancements. And now, over 2 decades later, you're about to, after you finish greening your thumbs and tinkering with your bike, go back into this massive project, which is a new chapter in Obi-Wan Kenobi's journey. Do you feel like there were any really cool lessons that you're going to bring with you into this new series? And I would be remiss not to ask, but no, you may not answer. Is there anything you can tell us about this new journey in Obi-Wan Kenobi's journey?
No, there's nothing I could tell you, really. That would be the first bit.
Just for the record, I asked.
I know you had to. I don't think... I'm trying to remember how old I was when we started the first one, but I was, it was the mid to late 90s, I think, and when we shot Episode 1, I'm just going to enjoy it all much more. I think our technology is such now that we were, I think we shot the first one on film, and we shot the second one when we got to Australia on the new HD cameras, which were sort of pretty primitive compared to what they are now. And so it was quite technically, it was quite complicated, I remember. And it was just all blue screen and green screen. And so it was hard to imagine it, But nowadays, I think things have moved on so much, and I think a lot of what you see is going to be what we see on the set. I don't know if you've seen any of the Mandalorian, the behind the scenes of the Mandalorian series, but they employ that incredible screen, and I don't even begin to know how it works, but it's pretty amazing, And so when you're on set, if you're in a snowscape or something, well, when you look around, you see that and it makes you feel like you're in the place. I think it's going to be more, it's going to feel realer for us, for the actors. And I think we'll be using some of that technology on our show, which I don't know exactly, as you say, untitled as yet. But there's some great fan ideas for it. I don't know if you've seen some of the fan art, but there's an amazing poster that where they've named it "Hello There." That's the name of the movie, you know. Hello There, the Obi-Wan Kenobi story or whatever. But it's that would be fun. That would get my vote. Hello there.
I mean, it's kind of appropriate.
Yeah. It would be good. But we'll see. I don't know yet what it's going to be called, and I don't know. I do know sort of what it's going to be about, but I'm not going to tell you. I think it's probably true to say I'm more excited about playing Obi-Wan again now than I was even the first time, because it's just because you live and learn, and the more I realize what I'm part of, in a way. I think at the time when you're young and you know, I just sort of treated it like, yeah, it's just another movie like all the other ones I'm making. But now, with a bit of looking back on it, you can see what you're involved in something quite huge, you know, in the Star Wars. I don't like the word franchise, but the Star Wars sort of fable or legend or whatever you might call it. And so this time to go back and to play, to bridge that gap even more so between what I was trying to do in the first three films, playing a young version of Alec Guinness. Well, now I'm closer in age to Alec Guinness when he did the first one. I mean, still not really nearly as old as he is, but was.
Of course
but
not. No.
no. But I'm closer, and so I think it'll be really interesting now to do that, to go through that experience again, and to start watching Alec Guinness's. I spent a lot of time watching his early work because I was playing him as a 20-year-old guy. So I watched as many films as I could see of Alec Guinness when he was in his 20s, and now I'll have to watch Alec Guinness's work when he's in his 40s, 50s, and that I'm really looking forward to, and to try and find our Obi-Wan Kenobi now, to sort of bridge that gap between what I did before and where Alec started the whole thing off in the 70s.
So Ewan McGregor in this clip does a couple of things. Obviously he can't say anything too revealing about it, but he does tell us a little bit about the way that they're going to be shooting it, which is news nonetheless, and I'm thrilled when he brought up The Mandalorian, because I have on the channel by Imagine Engine, who did like a lot of the special effects on set while they were filming and after, and this footage is unreal. It is just so cool to see. I have that video on the channel. Let me link that in the description for you guys. It is so cool to see how they literally just show you shots of it without anything, and then they'll just kind of like pan over with it and throw all of these layers on it to make it look so real. And when you're watching it, they shot a lot of this on location in certain places, and you cannot tell what was actually there and what was not there. It is just that good. And he makes the comment about shooting the prequel trilogy where they didn't have all of this technology, and he says he's going to enjoy it a lot more, which is obviously really good. But this is going to be, in terms of spectacle, with this type of technology, I would expect something pretty upscale considering how much hype that fans have for this Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Expect it to be like sequel trilogy level in terms of spectacle, because they just the technology is going to be pushed to the limit. It's going to be so awesome to see Ewan McGregor reprise Obi-Wan Kenobi. So they're going to be using that Imagine engine, which is so good at literally... it's going to help also the filmmakers and the actors. So you can also watch the Mandalorian Gallery to see how that works, but I can't stress enough how much that's actually going to help not only the performance of the actors, but the way that it's shot, and it's just going to be so stunning, and I cannot wait that much more. We don't know the story as much now, but I definitely know what it's going to look like as far as how much effort it's going to go into it, and I just cannot wait to see it. So I hope you guys go check that out. It really is worth your time. Thank you guys for watching. May God bless you and the Force be with you. If you enjoyed this episode, and frankly, even if you didn't, don't forget to subscribe.
Do it.
And if you want to help spread the word, please give this video a thumbs up and tell your friends to subscribe. Please check out the official Star Wars Coffee merchandise, and don't forget to check out all of the content playlists on this channel, including The Rise of Skywalker, The Mandalorian, and much more.